DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, I am Win Peñano with today's DFA Online. The Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, is eyeing a possible increase in alert levels in Iran and Israel as the conflict between the two nations entered its sixth day. DFA Undersecretary Eduardo Jose de Vega said Israel's alert level may be raised from Level 2 to Level 3, which allows voluntary repatriation of Filipinos. Iran's status may also be elevated from precautionary to voluntary repatriation phase. De Vega said mandatory evacuation is not yet being considered, noting many Filipinos in Iran have Iranian families and may opt to stay. Plans are also underway to pull out non-essential staff at the Philippine Embassy in Tehran. Less than 20 personnel are stationed there, including Ambassador Roberto Manalo, who is expected to remain. If evacuation pushes through, about 14 Filipinos will likely join the embassy team via a 13-hour land route to Turkmenistan. Meanwhile, in Israel, around 150 Filipinos have already expressed intent to return. Also stranded are 21 government officials, including mayors, lawmakers, and agriculture personnel who were on standby trip when airspace closures began. They are expected to cross into Jordan and fly back to the Philippines from there, according to Israel's international aid agency Mashaf. So far, no Filipino has been reported hurt in the ongoing conflict, but the security situation remains tense.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
In related news, the Philippine Embassy in Jordan has successfully facilitated the border crossing of 21 stranded Filipino government officials amid the ongoing Israel-Iran conflict. Ambassador Wilfredo Santos personally welcomed the group at King Hussein border, where they were issued transit visas. The operation was made possible through the joint efforts of the Philippine embassies in Tel Aviv and Amman, with coordination from Israeli and Jordanian authorities. Assisting the operation were Consuls Angeli Payubo and Sheila Marie Andales, Administrative Officer John Danilo Jiao Jr., and Assistants to Nationals Head Charis Malabanan. The embassy in Jordan is also preparing to receive the first batch of overseas Filipino workers leaving Israel via Jordan, as ordered by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and the DFA. Meanwhile, in Israel, Ambassador Eileen Menjola visited Bat Yam City with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar, where Filipino residents were displaced after missiles from Iran struck the area. Reports say Iran has launched about 1,000 drones toward Israel since June 13, though only around 200 reportedly reached Israeli territory. As Israeli airspace remains largely shut, over 100,000 Israelis are still stranded abroad. The first two return flights from Cyprus landed in Israel on Wednesday, with more expected to follow.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
More news from the DFA. The Philippines and the European Union have resumed free trade agreement negotiations, with a new round of talks launched on June 16 in Brussels, Belgium. The Philippine delegation is led by Department of Trade and Industry Undersecretary Alan Gepti, backed by an interagency team representing key economic, labor, environmental, and legal sectors. EU Chief Negotiator Dora Corriera opened the 5-day talks by stressing the importance of a rules-based global trade system, while Undersecretary Gepti urged a balanced, flexible approach to secure a modern and mutually beneficial agreement. The EU is the Philippines' fourth-largest trading partner and a major investor. Both sides aim to deepen trade and investment ties through the proposed FTA. Previous rounds were held in Brussels and Manila, with the Philippines seeking to join other ASEAN countries like Singapore and Vietnam, which have already finalized FTAs with the European Union.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And that wraps up today's edition of DFA Online. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Win Peñano. Good day.
DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.